baby bear went downstairs. And he sat down at the table, and he looked into his small bowl, and he said, "Somebody ate my porridge." Papa Bear came downstairs, and he sat at the table, and he looked in his big bowl. It was empty, and he said, "Somebody ate my porridge." Mama Bear put her head through the serving hatch from the kitchen to the dining room and said, "For Pete's sake, do we have to go through this again?" She said, "It was Mama Bear who got up first, woke up everyone in the house, made the coffee, went outside and got paper. She emptied the dishwasher, put everything away, fed the cat, cleaned the litter box." And so Mama Bear says, "Now that you've decided to drag your sorry bear butts downstairs and grace Mama Bear's kitchen with your grumpy presence, listen good, because I'm only going to say this once. I haven't made the porridge yet." I thought all the moms out there would appreciate it. And it was a longer list that Mama Bear did, so I had to edit it a little bit. Jesus is praying to God. "I have made your name known to those whom you gave me from the world. All mine are yours. Yours are mine. And I have been glorified in them." I'm asking on their behalf. Jesus is telling us that we know God because we know Jesus. And so he asks. Jesus prays, "Holy Father, protect them in your name that you have given to me, so that they may be one as we are one. But now I'm coming to you, and I speak these things in the world so that they may have my joy made complete in themselves. And I'm not asking you to take them out of the world, but I ask you to protect them from the evil one. Sanctify them, make them holy in the truth, because your word is truth. And as you have sent me into the world, so I send them." Well, I think the first question that came to my mind was, how does Jesus send us into the world? He sends us as a part of himself. And what are we supposed to do? Well, according to our ability, we are supposed to do Jesus' work. And some of us are teachers, some are prophets, maybe not so many of us sitting here in this congregation, but some of us are healers. Some of us use our wisdom to solve problems. We are all children of God. But Jesus sends all of us to pray for each other. And as I said to the children, what is prayer? But to open ourselves up to the presence of God. We open ourselves to God's wisdom. We open ourselves to the Spirit of God. Jesus, in our text today, is opening himself, and it's almost like he's making a channel from God straight to us, which is why some churches will actually say Jesus prays on our behalf, which he does. But he's sent us a direct connection through him to God. And so when he returns to God, we can go directly to God. So we've been given this channel to God with our prayers. Jesus prays for us. Think about that for a second. How does that make you feel? How does it make you, I'm going to ask another question, but not rhetorically. How does it make you feel when you know someone is praying for you? Can you think of a feeling that gives you? Anybody want to give me a word?
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Comforted.
Comforted. Absolutely. I know, again, how do you hope, especially when you're facing a really tough situation.
Love.
Loved. Jesus is praying for us, giving us comfort, hope, making us feel gratitude, making us feel loved. These are all amazing things that Jesus does for us. And so, one of the strongest things and the most powerful things that we can do is to pray for others. I know when I was out and had surgery and I was in the hospital, it gave me a very calming feeling to know that others were praying for me, because I couldn't be praying for myself while I was being operated on. And it also gave me a window into how others feel when there's an emergency and when you're in the hospital or when you're in an ambulance, and just the fear that can come over you. To know that others are praying for you is a powerful thing. And it brings God's Spirit directly to us. And so this morning, I wanted to ask us, who do we pray for? And what do we pray for? As I was thinking of all this day being Mother's Day, and I also know that not everyone has had a good experience of a mother, I thought that's why I talked to the children about how do we give thanks for those who've been the caregivers in our lives, the people who have been what we would imagine a good mother to us, all the qualities that may have. And also for those of us who care for mothers, we know that we're our caregivers for parents, and it's a challenge in our lives. So instead of asking for prayers during the normal prayer time, I'm going to ask us to offer our prayers now. And if people, I'm going to stand in the midst of you so I can hear you. But simply say what you would like to pray for right now in this time.
As a mother, I pray for my children.
For our children.
I pray for my children as well, but I pray also for my families, children, and for those friends who have children that are in need. My friend Janet's granddaughter, who is still in a coma, struggling. Every day I pray.
Sometimes in our prayers, sometimes there's so much going on in our world we don't know how to begin. And one of the things that has been said to me by some of you, but by people down through the years, that sometimes when we don't know what to pray, we've been given the Lord's Prayer to pray. We've been given the 23rd Psalm, a favorite hymn, those words that we can turn to when we don't have the words to pray. But prayer is simply opening up ourselves to the presence of God, inviting God's presence. It's not a difficult task, really, but sometimes we forget. Sometimes we don't take the moment in the week or the day to pause. When Jesus says to pray without ceasing, that seems to be an onerous task. But the reality is, when we look at everything that we do and think, God, be with me in this, that's praying without ceasing. So this is a little bit of a lesson on prayer, but I wanted to lift up, especially for us today, the powerful message that Jesus prayed for his disciples, and he prays for us. And how can we be so important to him that he prays for us? But he said, let the little children come to me. What you do to the least of these, my people, you do unto me. So it doesn't matter how small or insignificant we might feel. To Jesus, we are the most important thing in his world.